Hey y'all. All right, y'all. So if you don't have your journal, notebook, or all of the above, go ahead and grab those items. Hey everybody, thanks for popping in. And it is lunchtime live. Like, we're really doing lunchtime for real. I know if you were on Instagram, I said 1:15, so I'll give people time to pop in. If you have joined and you are a regular, you know the drill. Go ahead and hit that like button. The like costs you nothing. It helps me though, okay? So that's that. Grab your water, your drinks. Hey, Melinda. Whatever you need. All right, y'all. So we've been focusing on like the tips, writing things that are happening each day. But now we are running into the next week in a couple of days. And in a few days are going to start running together. And it's just going to seem like everything is the same. If you don't have a plan, you don't have things to do, a list to do. I am huge on list making, journaling, of course, and all of the above. Now, my sister and I was talking, like, y'all, for the past week, cleaning up wise, I have been horrible. And business wise, I have been productive. So now I need to have balance. Sorry, y'all, I paused. I had a client asking how long that I think I'm gonna be out. So if I have some clients on this live, listen, folks, until the government figures something out, your girl is not coming in to do hair, because y'all are not gonna pay for my lifestyle. Y'all ain't gonna pay bills for me. So I'm gonna just have to give y'all some tips on my IG channel for hair, on how to keep up your hair at home until we can get back in there. But I love my life and I love other people's lives, and I'm not gonna play with y'all. So that's that. And if you are on the front lines, thank you for everything you all are doing, because some people don't have an option. And I'll say this, when you work for yourself, it is scary. I do hair. If I don't do somebody's hair, I'm not making money on that side. So that's why y'all see me pushing Journal Jot and Jive. Which brings me to the point, we're now learning that multiple streams of income, if you've never thought about it, is very vital. And that does not mean you have to go out and be an entrepreneur. There are so many other ways that you can make money. So while you have free time, one of the things you may want to investigate and research is how to make additional income. We know that there's going to be some stimulus checks coming out, and some people are like, I don't want it. Well, y'all don't have to want it, but I'm going to need it, okay? And I'm going to use mine for necessities as well as investments, okay? So that's that. If you are just joining, I am Renee. I am a journal strategist. I teach you how to journal creatively. I also teach women how to plan and be effective in their lives, and guys, because sometimes I have guys on here, so I don't want to exclude anybody. But we are now at a point where, listen, we just got to be real. A lot of y'all are disorganized. A lot of y'all, for so many years, including myself, have not wanted to pay attention to their life and what's going on. Well, today you got time, cuz. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that meme, but we got time. So while you have the time to do the things that you need to do, I highly suggest that you face your truth and do it scared. So as I was saying before, me and my sister were talking about different things. And one of the things is, if you want to go after something and you want to do something, do it scared. You're not going to understand everything when you're starting something new. It's like riding a bike. You were scared. You fell off. You got back on. You tried again. A lot of people have gotten so complacent, and right now we've been forced to change the way we move, whether we like it or not. So our spread today, we're going to create, is going to say do it scared. We are going to stamp something. If you are not new, y'all know what that means. Y'all know I run away from stamping. So we are going to stamp something. I'm going to use a bit of a scrap sheet of paper as one of my pages. And I do need to backtrack, but I'm not going to do that on here. I need to backtrack and do day 5 and then do a layout for day 6. If you do not have a journal, a piece of notebook paper is fine. Grab what you have. All right. And so with the Do It Scared, we're going to create a list of things that you can actually work on now. Tangible things that you can work on daily. Suggestion and tip number 1, don't overload yourself in one day. You cannot do all of the things in one day. If you are looking into venturing out to adding a business, you're not going to master a business in a day, a week, a month, and everybody is going to move at a different pace. Some people are fortunate enough to start a business in a day and blow up in a week. It just may be their time. That does not mean that you stop doing the work for yourself. If you don't necessarily want to start a business, maybe you want to cultivate the relationships with your family members. You got time, right? So do it scared. So we're going to title our page, Do It Scared. And like I said, this is some extra paper that I had. And so we're going to use. All right. And so many of you all will see me pop on here and I'm high energetic. And you may feel like, dang, she don't even seem like she's concerned about what's going on. That's not the truth. Okay. Secret. Many of you don't know. I suffer from anxiety. So I do have moments of anxiety. I am a hypochondriac. Not as bad as many people with severe cases, but y'all like, you can cough wrong and I'd be like, all right. And this is well before this went on. So it was very easy for me to make the decision to not do hair right now. A, because I was thinking about myself. B, because I was thinking about my clients. A, self and family first, and then B, clients. And so that put me into overdrive. Where I was slacking off on my journal-based business, it's now forcing me to be like, this is supposed to be your first baby anyway. And I was starting to get a little more comfortable doing hair. So this is humbling. It's like, sit down and get moving. All right, so right now we have this. Let's look at this and see what colors we want to pull out of here. I'm going to zoom that in. And we got quite a few colors. You have a dark green. That could work. There's actually brown. Y'all know I always lean toward yellow, so we're not going to do yellow. So let's do a green. Let's do a couple of different greens. I like this green and this, all right? So if you are just joining, we are creating a journal page that says Do It Scared. And the reason it's saying that is because many of you all now are doing things that you normally would not do if this was not the current situation. So many of you all are having to be present in your home, having to have conversation with people that live under the same roof with you. You're having to actually look at your bills and call creditors and make arrangements that you could have been doing before. But hey, you're learning a new skill. So you want to, during this process, also journal, right? So you can see where your growth is occurring. After we come out of this, you should see growth and some people will see decline. But it's just, you will have a measurement tool on what did I learn differently? What have I added to what I want to do? Did I look back at my vision board that I created to take a photo and post on Instagram? Did you start looking at that? Okay, so we're at a point where the cute stuff that we were doing, the show and tell stuff that you were doing for people and kicking it like you got it like that. Now is the time to actually do the work. And this even applies because I know a lot of people are looking at entrepreneurs and are like, well, whatever, I'm self-employed. Everybody's not going to go back to having a job. And I know that sounds harsh. That's a harsh reality. But everybody is not going to have the opportunity to return to a job. A lot of companies are going to fold. So in this time, you're going to have to do it scared. Are you willing to work on your resume? Are you willing to watch videos that help you do your resume? Are you going to create a LinkedIn page so that people can find you when it's time? So while some companies are going to tank, others are going to need more employees. Are you prepared to apply for the job that millions are going to apply at the same time? And will you stand out? So are you willing to do the work? Okay, so With that being said, that's going to cause you to have to be productive. You're going to have a schedule. You're going to have new skills that you didn't have before. A lot of us are really, really in tune with social media right now, the news outlets, and I follow them, okay? So I'm not going to pretend like I don't. However, there needs to be some kind of balance. Too much news and too much negative information can impact how you move. Who are you surrounded with right now? Who are you talking to right now? I have several friends. We talking business, whether they're teachers. I have a friend that owns her own, her own sticker-based business, pen business. Like, we talk, we joke, haha, but it's like, okay, so what we working on? So when these stimulus checks come out, how we moving? So you need to look at who your team is. And I have a dope amount of people, but I do need to build who's surrounded by me. And I need to fall back on some people that I watch, right? So being productive, maybe you need to look at your news feed on Instagram, Facebook, IG, Twitter, YouTube. I'm missing a couple of them. Hey, Sharonda, but maybe you need to look at those pages and look at what you follow. It is okay to ha-ha and kiki, y'all, but right now, some of that ha-ha and kikiing is just keeping you stuck where you've already been. So let's look at the things that you want to do. So when you write do it scared, and you do not have to wait for me to write do it scared on my page. If you're already creative and you want to do the things that you're going to do, go ahead and write do it scared. So you're going to write do it scared. If there's anybody that can benefit from this video, go ahead and share it. You know, that friend that keeps calling you and complaining about everything, or the friend that's sharing things with you and it's actually making you nervous and you haven't figured out how to quite tell your friend, stop sharing negative stuff with me because it's affecting me and I've never been able to tell you that that's how it works on me. Invite them. Excuse me, I had to take a sip, honey, because it's lunchtime and I'm actually drinking a smoothie that my son made. So share the video. If it's friends that you've been trying to talk to and help and they're not receptive to you, they may be a little more receptive to me. Sometimes the closer you are to people, the less receptive they will be to you because you're just really close, right? So you may want to invite them. Thank you, Darlene. Yeah, he is on the whole smoothie thing. He be serious. So much so he drank the last bit of the oat milk and was like, oh, I had to mix you some regular milk in yours. He wasn't gonna give me just a straight oat milk. I was on my own. All right, so I told y'all that I have to stamp. So I'm gonna stamp. Now, if you want to move a little bit ahead of me and you already you wrote out do it scared, you can then do a couple of things. You can create a list to go under. It depends on how big you write it on your page. I would kind of say leave it somewhere so you can write some other things under there, the things that you're going to work on the upcoming week. Hey, Ash. So you can write do it scared, but right now I have to stamp. I have to stamp something. And all right. And so I know some people probably will come in on the tail end and say, she's saying do it scared. That's being negative. No. We're not saying do it scared to where it paralyzes you and you don't do anything else. We're saying whatever you want to focus on and work on in life, there's never going to be the perfect time to start, y'all. It's just not. Okay. So at this moment, you're going to do it scared. Your knees going to knock a little bit, but you're going to put out your first post that says, hey, y'all, this is what I have. All right. We're going to do just a note. This is going to be the time that you decide that you're going to shift the relationships that you have, change the relationships that you have, cultivate the relationships you have so that you can move forward in what you want to do. Y'all remember I told y'all I had another thing of ink. We're going to pull that out. Y'all, this box is so old. It has ink on it. My sister got me this box my first year in college. It actually started out as a stationery box, but it's now an ink-filled box. So let's see. Now, some of these ink pads may be a little dry, so I don't know what we're going to get. We shall see. We shall see. All right. Good afternoon, Angela. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so since we're talking about do it scared, and if you're comfortable commenting, what is something that you want to work on next week? And remember, y'all, I am the strategist that will probably give you some ideas while we're sitting here. So closed mouth don't get fed. All right. Let's see if this works. Some of my ink dried up on there. Oh, okay, we got a little green. We got a little green. So we might have a little something, y'all. We might. Okay, so you want to be your own boss and you're going back to work. All right, have you journaled about that? Oh, got a little more green. All right. We need a little more of that other green. Okay, so you want to go, you're going back to school. That's awesome. So since you're going back to school, perhaps you want to kind of journal about what that schedule looks like, how it's going to feel. What do you feel like it's going to feel to go back to school? Okay, so you set up some pages. So those are some things that you can write. So your win, you're going back to school. How do you feel about signing up for school? What are your expectations? What do you want to get out of that, right? So that's a journal entry. You can do it in a Dear Diary way, or you can do it in a list making way. All right. I don't know where we were supposed to put this. Here we go, y'all. Oh, Lord. Anybody else have any goals that they want to work on next week or something that they're interested in? Drop it in the comment section. I can probably give you a tip on a journal prompt. This is a free journal prompt. Y'all getting free game. Some of y'all got to utilize y'all resources. Oh, your girl is getting better with the stamp. I know Pine would be proud. She would. I think I might even stamp a little something else. Wait a minute. Okay, so updating your resume and your sewing projects for the spring. So here's the thing, right? Most people feel like I can only write in my journal if it's bad, or I can only talk about my goals if I'm trying to start a business. No, your journal can be composed of your ideas. You can track your progress. Do not be afraid to use your journal. Your journal should be so creative that you flip through it and be like, oh, this thing is kind of cute. Oh, I can see how I have grown. Or you can even be like, hold on now, I'm slipping off. I'm tripping. All right. All right. So now we have somebody saying they want to be consistent with fitness. Your journal prompt for that, you may start off with a photo of what you look like now. Take a photo, print it out on your printer. If you don't have photo paper, print it, size it down to a 4x6, cut it up, put it in your journal. This journal is a smaller journal. Most of you all will have the standard size journal, so you'll be able to use that. So you take a picture of yourself, you put it in the journal, and you may say, so for example, I have a brand called I Work You Learn. I'm going to type it in the comment section. Okay, so that started out as my fitness brand, and I've kind of put it on the back burner a little bit, only because I think I narrowed it down and I can actually expand. So when you look at the word I Work You Lurk, all right, we are in a climate where some people are going to be lurking. You just scrolling all day, scrolling. Girl, why she selling them journal prompts, honey? She know folks got things going on in her life. She's selling them journal prompts because she can't work in the hair salon right now. She still got a mouth to feed, okay? So that's why she's doing that, right? So you got some people lurking. You have some people working. So while this is temporary, y'all, life is still going to go on after this. So do you just pause and then decide to pick it up, or do you work? Do you work through this? Do you get stronger in areas that you've been weak in? Do you get your house in order when you have time to actually do it? So many people have complained about being tired, not having enough time. I can't do this. I can't do that. And then you get the time and then you go lurk on everybody else's page and you want to put them down for making steps in their life. So the journal prompt for that would be, why am I so negative in a time like this and focused on other people's progression and I'm standing still? Every journal prompt is not going to be comfortable. And every time we come on here and I do a live, it's not always going to be comfortable. My goal is to push people to A, journal like it's a book. See your life unfold. Have memories. Okay, Ash has a goal, as I was saying, memories. Oh, where my squiggly stamp? Oh, and my arrow. Oh, man. So Ash has something that says, another goal is to be present. We're talking about that right now. So many of us have been so disconnected that it's the new norm. And so when you see somebody that's actually connected and present, you think they doing something crazy. It ain't them. It's you. It's me in certain areas. So maybe one of your things over this break is to learn, why am I so negative right now? How can I not? How can I work on being more positive? Now, I'm not saying that you're not supposed to have feelings that you feel and different emotions, but maybe your focus needs to be on not staying stuck in that emotion. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this, so that needs to go. Oh, well, first of all, let's flip it correctly. So as the days go by, no, you're not necessarily going to journal every day. However, I'm encouraging you to pull out that journal to write down ideas, thoughts, opinions. Sometimes your opinions don't need to go on social media, y'all. Or maybe you need to start a blog. If you're going to be that opinionated, and that's one of the things that I need to reopen is my blog. Like, I journal a lot. I write a lot. I grab the attention of a lot of people with my words. So maybe that's something that you're good at and you didn't know it. Maybe you need to research how to start a blog in your niche. If you don't know what a niche, some people call it a niche. I don't know which way you're supposed to say it, but I'm going to say niche. If you don't know what your niche is, maybe, or if you don't even know what a niche is, maybe you should be investigating that. No. Defining that. I don't know what this about to do, y'all. I don't know what this about to do. Okay, so the paper and pen girl has the organizing challenge. Okay, so that's something you're doing. All right, so you're doing the paper and pen girls organizing challenge. Maybe journal about the process. How is it going? How was day 1 versus day 10? Earlier in the week, I discussed on a couple of my platforms. I put this on platforms that have nothing to do with journaling or list making or writing. I put, have you wrote your expenses down, right? Have you even looked at your expenses since some of us have been put in the house and was like, hey, you can't go nowhere. Ignoring your finances is not going to go away. And I'm speaking from experience. All right, y'all. I am currently digging out of certain financial holes that I created years ago. So you got time. You got time. So are you going to still pretend as if that doesn't exist? Are you going to open your journal and write how it makes you feel? If it makes you feel overwhelmed right now, journal about it. It's okay to journal about that. But let me just tell y'all this. Ain't too many people going to say this. And there's some people out there saying it. So you get this check. And let's just say, hypothetically, you get 2 to 3 stimulus checks. And you haven't made a plan for that stimulus check. And so some of them companies that have your payments on hold, they didn't forgive the payments, but they have your payments on hold. And you haven't made a plan. And let's just say by May, things are starting to turn around. And they're like, all right, we're about to open up the cities and all of this stuff. Payments about to start back. And your account is down to 0, And we're not talking about because you had to buy food or you had to do X amount, but because you didn't make a plan, these companies are not going to have any sympathy for your lack at all. All right. So those are things that you need to consider. So maybe one of your journal entries may be, what am I going to do with this money? What's my plan? All right. That may be one of the things. What's my plan? Many of y'all don't have no plan. Because many of you all haven't accepted that this is real what we're dealing with. Right? So some of y'all have your friends that are like, oh, you know, this is crazy. Yes, it's crazy, but what you gonna do about it? Are you gonna keep talking about it's crazy, reading all 8,000 articles, and you ain't putting no plans in place? You need some new friends. All right? You're gonna need a couple of new friends. And as we said before, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna stamp right because this is off this edge. Yeah, I kind of felt it was going to do that. As we said before, you're going to have to do some things scared. You're going to have to do some things new. Because I'm going to be honest, the type of friend I am a fixer friend. I want to help everybody, even if I can't help myself sometimes. I'll give advice to people that are doing better than me, people that are doing worse than me. But after a while, if I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over, I just get quiet, right? Because at some point, you have to want it as bad as I want it for you. And some of you may be that very type person, the same type of person. And at some point, you can't keep pouring from an empty cup. So maybe that's something that you have to do. Do it scared. Fall back a little bit. I know I'm giving tips to a lot of y'all because y'all still on here. I know some of y'all are probably rolling your eyes because you like, why is she in my back pocket? And that's fine. I can't see. I can't see. You can roll your eyes. It's cool. I roll my eyes at myself sometimes. So there's a quote in my journal that says, the person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person who is doing it. It's a Chinese proverb. I love that. That is a really, really good one, right? Peaches said she's going to work on changing certain habits, making myself feel better. Thanks, Rose girl. Peaches says it's the perfect time to revamp budgets. Okay, y'all, there are listen, it's so much free game out here and people are pushing their content more because they have time, right? So we're going to talk about different categories. You have a person that says, hey, I don't have no extra money. So while you're busy judging the person that has the money to spend, other people are giving you free resources. So you have to work on that envy and jealousy and turn it into, let me work on me. Let me do a tunnel vision for a second, right? Because some things start out where you can afford it, and then you position yourself to where you can afford something that may not cost a lot, and then you position yourself to where you can afford something that costs more, right? So you don't have extra money to spend right now. How many of the companies that you follow are like, hey, I got a free tip, but you don't want to sign up for their email list, right? So they're giving free game through emails, but because you like, I don't want to look at that message coming through here, or I mean, why she got to send 8,000 emails? The very information that you need may be in some of those emails, y'all. Like, I'm getting a lot of emails that have very good information that I normally would ignore. But your girl is clicking. Like, okay, so how can I make Journal Jot and Jive better? How can I build my audience? How can I sell my product? How can I give freebies? You know what I mean? So what are you going to do differently for you? Okay, how are you going to build the people around you if you have enough in your cup to help build other people? Right now, I'll let my friends vent a little bit, but if they keep going on about the same time, I'm like, okay, girl, what you working on? So what you got to do for work? How's work going? So you said you was going to start working on this project. So what's your next step? How can we work together to grow? So look at your circle. How can y'all work together to grow? This is the time where you post stuff on your regular social media pages that's not going to make sense to a lot of people, but you're going to tap into a new market. Your friends do not owe you your support. It's a bonus for your friends to support you. And this is for entrepreneurs. And by the way, y'all going to have an entrepreneur journal prompt release next week. All journal prompts are 50% off as long as we're stuck in this thing, because I'm going to have y'all writing at the house. Your friends, and this goes for entrepreneurship, this goes for certain things that you're dealing with in your regular life. Your friends do not owe you the support. If they are not into journaling, they don't have to support me in that realm. I have friends that support me in other areas of my life. So for me to hold them hostage to the idea that you didn't share my post, you didn't say that you like this, you don't do that, that is so unfair, because the same people that are requiring so much of their friends, what have you done for them? And it's not a tit for tat like you have to do in order for me to do. But I guarantee 100% of you all that are requiring your family and friends to invest in something that you have not even worked on, you haven't done anything to them or for them. And I'm not even talking about monetarily. Okay, so check yourself in that realm. You'll have questions about that next week. But I kind of get tired of seeing your family and friends don't support you. I don't need my family and friends pushing something that they don't understand or believe in. I don't. Now they may be like, girl, I can pick Ty up, or I can get Ty while you had this journal event, but they're not gonna attend a journal event, right? There's still support. So I just wanted to say that, y'all. I know that was off on a tangent a little bit, because we gonna start seeing those posts a lot when people start pushing their businesses that they didn't work on. So make sure you're doing the work. And in your regular life, make sure you're not asking people of something you wouldn't even do for anybody else. All right, so y'all know I need a little black to make the page pop. And as I said before, you can always share this page. I guarantee you a lot of people can benefit from it. I know it's going to be long-winded as they're looking to it, and treat it like a podcast. Treat it like a podcast. All right, so we're going to do it scared. And I'm going to write that somewhere. All right, so we got it called Do It Scared. And then if you want to take it a little step further, put your little 3 dots. Get a little pen that's not as thick as one. Let's go down about 3. All right, and under that, I put position yourself now, okay? So do it scared, position yourself now. The things that you have been putting off, the things that you've been, sorry, I was about to chuckle. Yeah, I know our biggest thing. I'm start working out Monday. Oh, I'm going to do it Monday. Well, everything going to feel like a Monday, okay? So if you have the time, y'all, now, start now. Write some notes, write ideas. Create a list of people that you would like to follow that inspire you. Now, hold on. Don't allow that list to overwhelm you. Follow people that are inspirational that can actually push you further. If you find yourself following people that intimidate you, you may need to mute them for a second, because that's not the whole idea of following somebody to learn something new, right? Look into, for the people that need to focus on free, look into free information, okay? So I'll break it down in reference to Journal Jot and Jive. How are you getting free information? You're coming on this YouTube channel and you see me journal pretty much live every day, every other day. You can go back and look at my information. That's the free aspect. The other part is, hey girl, I want to journal more, but I don't know what to journal about. Then that's what you pay me for. You pay me because I create journal prompts in different subject areas where you can pull them out at any time. And so what that looks like, first of all, let me stop acting like I'm not 38, y'all. I just turned around in this chair and put my arm back and I felt something pop. We ain't got time to be trying to go to nobody doctor, no ma'am. Okay, so this is my notebook, right? So this is a notebook where I house my journal prompts, and I need to print out the rest of them, y'all. It's just a regular a regular notebook. Listen, Joy, I'm gonna pull something. Now, ma'am, you already know. I'll be like, oh, Okay, y'all, so I print out my journal prompts that I create, and I house them in here. So for me, y'all, I can journal every single day that we have. And this is one of them that a lot of people have started purchasing, the Dear Social Media. If you're on here and you purchased the Dear Social Media, did you get started? Did you roll your eyes at me a little bit? Sure you did. That's fine. This was another one. And some of these you see in here, y'all, they are from my Patreon. I have a Patreon group. But again, I will be revamping some stuff over this break. I'm trying to find a way to collectively do certain things. But anyway. So yeah, this is a notebook full of journal prompts that anytime I feel like, oh man, I don't even know what I want to write about, I can pull that out, okay? And so where you can find that, I'm going to put this in a little chat. Hold on. What is it? You said write down. Okay, so what you see me putting in the chat is where the journal prompts are housed, and when you go on there, it just shows you all the different kind of journal prompts I have, right? And so I have, for example, there's one for Dear Social Media, there's one for self-care, there's a 14-day challenge. There's just a lot. Yeah, it's a lot out there, and there'll be more coming, right? And so it's been fun seeing some of my journal regulars. Yeah, I'm trying to find a name. We need a name too. I keep saying J3 Crew. I don't know if that really works yet. But I love seeing their journal styles developed. Some of them have been with me from day one. Hey, Tracy. And when I say ride or dies, they was here when I was just real at the beginning. And speaking of, y'all, okay, and this is for entrepreneurs, side tip. Your customer base is not really going to be people that you know. You'll have a few friends and family, as I said, that are going to support just because they like, oh, let me help. Their support will be a one-time venture. Not all. I got a few that are regulars, right? But most of your close family and friends, some of their support will be that one time I support it, and that makes them feel good, right? But your customers and clientele are people that you don't know. Okay, so what that means is you need to be marketing to people you don't know. Now, in the current climate we're in, you're going to market on all platforms so that some of the people that are at home more than they normally are can discover who you are, what you do, if what you have as a service is a value to them. All right, so that's that. Thank you, Ash. All right, so by now, y'all, I done talked enough. Y'all should have y'all do it scared on your paper. If you don't, I mean, you still scared, but you just gonna write do it scared. Even shakes when you write it. All right, so now that you have do it scared written down, you now need to write what are you gonna do scared next week on your page. Here's the thing. 1 to 5 things. If you can multitask and do more items, then you can do more. If that's not your norm, don't go down there writing 8 things and you get 1 done for the whole week. All right. So I'm just going to suggest and give everybody one thing that everybody should have as you're doing it scared. Everybody should have a notebook or a journal as you're doing Get Scared, okay? So number one, if some of y'all are in the comments that you can type, number one, you're going to need a notebook, journal, notebook or a journal. That's going to be number one. Number two, you're going to need a schedule or a calendar. A lot of my base that follows me, y'all come from the planner community. So you're going to pull out one of your planners. Okay, some of y'all have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I probably have 3 included. So we all in this planner thing. If you are not in the planner community, you're going to utilize your digital calendar that's going to be on your phone or on your computer. You're going to utilize that, okay? So that's how you're going to do it scared, because you're going to need to keep track of what you're supposed to do daily. Many of you all don't have a schedule, so it's not going to magically appear. All right, so what I'm writing on mine, y'all, is journal daily about goals, ideas, tips, etc. All right, so that's something that I'm going to do in addition to writing how my day went, what I actually did, which will be tracked in my planner. All right, so you're going to do it scared. Another thing that I need to do scared next week, and I actually started it this week, review and so I'm going to need to review and adjust my finances, okay? So what that meant for me was, girl, where your money going? What all these auto drafts you have, what you got coming out, okay? So let's see what you have, what you can take and cut off. So for me, even though I cut some stuff off, let's say I had 3 things that I no longer needed in the now. That extra money, I put some to the side because I'm like, okay, I can keep that. And then I actually invested a certain amount into courses that I need to take to build my brand or to better my brand. All right. So let's just say you're like, oh, I want to take a class. Now, remember, you may pause some of your spending, but you're going to look for some other classes that may be $1 or they may be $19.99. They may be free. Something that fits in what you can do that's going to elevate yourself. Maybe you're going to take some of your extra money and maybe you are going to utilize a resume service, right? Some of y'all may be like, I don't care how much time in the world I have. I ain't revamping my own resume. So you may hire a resume service, right? Because everybody is not in the same financial situation. So you may be able to do a little bit more. You just may have not had the time to do the research to find the companies that you want. All right. So number one, you can get your notebook and a planner. Your notebook or a journal. Number two, you're going to get your planner or use a digital calendar. Number 3, you're going to write 1 to 5 things that you want to work on. Now, with that 1 to 5 things, include self-care, family. If you're by yourself, well, that will still go for family. So maybe let's just say, I'm going to talk for the single people first, because a lot of times when I say family, people are like, I don't have no kids, I don't have nobody, You are still of a value, so we need to see value in yourselves. So self-care will be 1. Home maintenance or something, maybe 2. So that might be one of your goals, right? So we know Adrian needs to clean a craft room. So that's if you're by yourself. If you're not by yourself, you may have 1, self-care. If you don't notice, I'm putting that self-care at the top. 1, self-care. So maybe your self-care this week, you may say, I've been wanting to start therapy for a long time. Maybe you're going to research therapists in your area. You can't go right now, but some therapists are doing teletherapy, right? So maybe you're going to look into that now. That might be your self-care. Or maybe you need to shave your legs or something because winter is over. That might be your self-care, right? So you're just going to find a self-care activity. If you need tips on self-care, there's a journal prompt for that too. I'm going to keep plugging, y'all, so just know that. All right, so that's 2. No, self-care 1. 2, maybe family time. Cultivate your family. I know everybody's situation is not going to be the same, so I can't speak to those that are in the best situation. I can only say my prayers that I say daily for those, right? But for those that you have situations where you can just enhance your family, maybe it's a family night, play a game, sit outside, yard work. We do yard work over here. Cook together. Actually talk to your family. Like, what do they like? What are they working on? What are some of their goals, right? I have a child. So my thing with him is, hey, if you were to have your own business, what would you want? If he says something like t-shirts, what do you want on it? Educate your kids, niece, or if you're a guardian over somebody, about the things that are going on, right? See how they actually feel right now. A lot of us are not really looking at the kids and asking them because we're so engrossed into social media and everything else. So consider that, right? So cultivate those relationships. Maybe you'll put a no social media time frame. Everybody puts their phones in a bowl and y'all play Uno. Spades. Teach your kids to play spades before they go to college if that's what they're going to do. Don't go to college not knowing how to play spades and you done had a whole month off. So anyway, so that's 3, right? No, that's 2. 2 was family. 3 may be a financial goal. Let me look at where my money is going. Let me find a financial class to take to. Hopefully y'all are taking notes, y'all, because at this point I'm not really drawing and writing right now. Maybe it's next week, contact my car company with my car loan. Put that on hold. My car insurance. Student loans. Most student loans, they have suspended. I don't know if they suspended all payments or interest. But either way it goes, some companies, y'all, you're going to have to call. Like, don't think that because this is going on, every company is going to be like, oh, we ain't going to do, we just going to stop everything. Some of them are willing to stop stuff if you communicate. Okay? So look at your finances. 3, that was 3. 4, if you work a 9 to 5, first shift, second shift, third shift, you may want to look at how can I be better in my profession. So maybe do a review this week over and be honest with yourself. How am I as an employee? With this new transition, how am I adjusting? What are a couple of things I can do this week so that I'm better? And if you don't like your job, maybe this is the time to start revamping your resume. That's where that will fit in. And then 5 would be if you have a new venture. And so for number 4, if you're self-employed, you can apply the same thing to that. What do you need to change? What do you need to work on? What are some things that you need to research? Okay. And then number 5 is I want to do something new. That's where your research time is going to come in. Let's just say you want to start trying to get something that's just not traditional. Let's say you want to start a Meal on Wheels business after we get through this. You have all the time in the world to kind of research what that looks like. This is my business. What is my business name going to be? How much will I need to start up this business? Who is my target audience? If you don't even know what a target audience is, start looking up terminologies you need to know to be a business owner or to be self-employed. Do you know what a 1099 is? If you don't know what that is, you need to look stuff up like that. How do I pay self-employment taxes? What is the write-off? So you see what I'm saying, y'all? Y'all got time. So most people, if they're working and they don't have the extra time, and it's not that you don't have that extra time, but if you're not willing to do the extra on a regular day, this is the perfect time to start doing that now. And maybe focusing, and this is just a bonus, maybe focusing on the words that come out of your mouth. Try not to say try. So let me take that out. Work on avoiding words like try, can't, hard, Those are three big words, right? So instead of saying hard, it may be challenging. My dad taught me that a long time ago because I was like, it's too hard. And he's like, it's not hard, it's just challenging. When you say I'm going to try, you haven't put the action in place. You've been trying for years, right? So what we're talking about right now, most of y'all have been trying to do something for years. So instead of saying I'm trying to do this, you can say I'm working on X, Y, and Z. You need an actionable step. All right, so that's that. So yeah, y'all, I just wanted to come on here and give y'all some tips on being productive, like making moves, small steps, a marathon, not a race. So, okay, yeah, y'all got any questions? Y'all got any questions? And 19 of y'all been on here for a long time and I only got 11 likes. And I know 19 of y'all, some of y'all are new that popped in. So go on and hit that like button. Because y'all done got a whole lot free from me, right? And for the YouTubers, those of us that are YouTubers, another thing that you may want to encourage your followers, and I haven't got to this step, but you do have a button with a $sign. And I'm gonna say this, y'all. No, I don't sugarcoat nothing. Some of y'all will go on, and ain't no shade because I love watching how they grow their audience. But some of y'all will go on. I'm gonna say this. Let me take my sip. Let me sip my tea. Some of y'all will go on gossip channels, and y'all will donate to gossip channels. Think about some of the channels that you like on YouTube, and I'm not saying me right now, because when you're ready to donate, you will, and I'll appreciate it. And I've had people donate. But that $sign that you see below your comment section is how you can invest into your favorite YouTube artists, right? Everybody thinks because the YouTube channel is monetized, everybody's making the same amount of money. That's not the case, okay? So consider investing into your favorite channels if that's what you can do. I ain't telling you if that ain't in your payroll, if that ain't in your pockets, no. But all I'm saying is learn how to show support to others. Start supporting businesses that you believe in. I ain't say nothing about your family and friends, did I? Businesses that you believe in, okay? So those are things to think about. We have been on here. Okay, y'all, we got 18 minutes. 18 minutes. So we did good time. We did some real good time. So we have 18 minutes. Now is your time to ask questions. So if there is a topic that you want to work on this week and you want me to give you a little quick, what can I journal about? Now's your time. Now is your time. I was really about to take y'all to church. Y'all grew up in church. About to call y'all to the altar. I ain't even passed around the offering plate. I want something else right there. Need something else. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comment section. If you are enjoying this and you don't have a question and you're comfortable showing who you are, go ahead and drop a heart in the comment section and hit that like button if you haven't already. Okay, so we said journal review and adjust finances. Thank you so much. And so we are going to, y'all, I bought into this program. So I gotta go to school next week. I gotta go to class. I gotta go to virtual class. So while we're out on this, my goal is to work on marketing strategies, being more seen and more visible, and just learning the platforms that I use. So I'm excited about that. So that's what I'll be working on. And then I got to make sure my child is straight for school, y'all, because they got a lot going on too with these schools. All right, so we are going to And y'all, I'm gonna call my friend out, but I would like to say I love all y'all educators. Melinda's an educator, so if I have any other educators on here, just know I have always been an advocate for y'all anyway. My sister's an educator. I kind of feel like after this, the government may have to give y'all a raise, because guess what? Some of them are stuck at home with their own kids. You know, their nanny can't come around, and they don't really understand the value. I've always understood the value. For my homeschooling parents, they need to pay y'all too. So I've always known that I'm not that parent. I love my child. I love him so, but we need that space, okay? That space is so important for our bond. And yeah, we love y'all. Okay? We love y'all. Other folks might not be saying it right now because they can't say it because y'all called them and y'all told them how their kids used to act, and they told y'all, not my kid. So I'm gonna say it for them. We appreciate y'all. To my healthcare workers, to my front line, for people that have disrespected, people that work in grocery stores, post office, of course, like the hospitals. I feel like many people will have a newfound respect. I do think, I don't know how this goes. All right, we ain't getting into all that. I just hope somehow they get hazard pay. Okay, so there are a lot of people that have to go to work that are exposed way more than some of us that can actually make the choice to stay home. So I just want to say thank y'all to all of y'all. A lot of people aren't saying thank you, but I'm gonna say it for them. We really, really appreciate y'all. Let's put ties, school, schedule. So if you today end up talking to somebody in any of those professions or more that I mentioned, y'all just tell them thank you. Even if you don't feel like you thankful yet, just tell them, because you'll be thankful a little bit later. You just ain't got there yet. Yes, so as of now, all the journal prompts are available on PayHip. I am looking to integrate a system, but once I do that, I'll tell you where they are. But for now, they are on PayHip. The journal prompts will be 50% off, all of them, as long as we're in this right now. Journal prompts are normally 10, so that means they're now 5, y'all. So yeah, they will be on PayHip. Thank you for asking that. We got 3 more minutes, and then we gonna get up off of here, and I'm gonna be productive. For real, for real. For real, for real. So, yep, do it scared. Call your friends today. Talk to them first before you send them to the video. Like, kind of, hyping them up like, y'all, listen. It's on this YouTube video, and she got me making plans. But you can't just be like, girl, go watch this video. And they're going to be like, that girl out here rambling. What is she talking about? You got to hype them up. Your friend that's been trying to start their t-shirt business, hype them up. Your friend that's starting their tutorial business, hype them up. I'm naming all my friends that got businesses. Your sister that's going to start her voiceover company, hype them up. We going to have some voiceover stuff from my sister, y'all. I'm excited. She be getting mad at me because she be like, you doing too much, but that's fine. So anybody that you know, like I said, friends, hype them up. See how that motivation and support doesn't mean that I necessarily have to buy something. I can send an audience to people that may not have the audience. That's support. So that's that, y'all. I enjoyed y'all today. I hope you learned something from this video. If you aren't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so every time I post, you are in the know. Y'all will start seeing me pop up on Instagram. I'm gonna go live on there twice a week. Gotta get a little comfortable because I ain't been on there like that. I have started using IGTV, but I am gonna go live on Instagram starting the upcoming week. So that was one of my goals that I set today. So y'all will see me there. All right, remember to pull out them journals every single day. Even if you're just looking at it to remind you to write in it. And at least twice out of the week, write something in your journal, okay? I will chat with y'all on the next one.